Welcome once again, boys and girls, to a brand new installment of the Visual Vapor Reviews. I'm your host, the Mod Father, the Michael Cobb. It's a pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. If this is your first time to the channel, be sure to go back and check out all my other reviews before jumping to this one. If you're interested in what it's going to be, you'll see what it is when I post the title for it, of course. So, today we are checking a look at this amazing Aegis Boost AIO kit. Oh wait, I've already reviewed this thing. Come on. I told you I was going to be doing something new, so why not make it new? How about we pull it out of the cloud, because I'm not using my usual Snow Wolf today. Look at this, boys and girls. This is the Smok Mag kit. Now, I have reviewed the Smok Mag grip in the past, but I never got my hands on a Smok Mag kit. It's one of my favorite types of mods. I've never reviewed it before, and this is fresh out of the box. I haven't vaped off it yet, but I've been waiting all day to do this, so it's a little bit of a late upload, but well worth it. I'm sipping over here on some Coors, one of my favorite types of beers. But enough of that. We ain't here for the alcohol. We here for the Cloudalicious vape. Now, of course, we have something else to look at. We'll get to that in a little bit, but it's two different things today, and we're going to check it out. Alright, so we're going to do a full in-study review of this Smok Mag kit. Big-ass beefy box. I mean, this thing is ginormous. So, actually, before we open the box itself, we'll take a look at what it comes with. So, here comes the most ergonomically designed handheld mod ready to date. Fast and Furious Lock and Load, the 225-watt mag mod. You pull the trigger to vape, and the mag has a huge HD color screen that displays specific data, uses the new revolutionary TFV12 Prince tank, which has an unprecedented super large capacity of 8 milliliters. With the all-new use and powerful vaping cores, the Prince ensures you will have a great experience, along with the incorporated and patented tank locking mechanism ensures a perfect seal. When the mag and meets Prince, you will be pleasantly surprised. So this kit includes the 1 mag mod, 1 TFV12 Prince tank, a pre-installed Q4 quadruple coil, and a dectuple coil as well. It also comes with a replacement glass tube, which is straight. The pre-installed is a bubble. And it comes with a USB cable, user manual, spare parts, and verification codes, yada yada yada. Bah, who cares? Anywho, now on to the beauty of this thing. Hello, gorgeous. Got those bath salts. I'll save those for later. Don't smoke those, kids. That'll kill you. Alright, so before we get into the actual mod, which is a beautiful camo, oh my word, we'll get into that in a second. Let's go for the lower level for the suspects underneath. Let's pull this top piece off. In fact, while I'm at it, I'm going to angle the camera down a little bit more, because for some reason I think it just needs to come down a little bit. There we go. Alright, we can see more of each other. I don't have to hold the box up to my head. We'll go from there. I like, right off the bat, first thing I noticed, right off the bat, this is beautiful. This is really nice. The way they incorporate the booklet, that is really cool. I really like that. So what I did was, I kind of tinkered beforehand. I did open it. I did get this thing wicked up. And I hate to say this about Smok, because I've always liked Smok products, but there is one downfall that always seems to catch up with them, and that is with their tanks. I can't stress this enough. I love Smok mods and I love Smok coils, but the problem with their tanks is they are notorious for leaking. You can actually see the juice on my hands. I've wicked this up just enough so that we can test it out, do the review, yada yada yada. I still hate Smok tanks simply because they vape good. Don't get me wrong, they taste good. The coils are on point. But Smok, you gotta work on these seals or something in your cotton. I don't know what it is, but maybe your cotton isn't strong enough. It does not hold the juice back, and it causes so much leaking. If you tilt it on its side, you get a palm full of juice, and it really does suck. So I'm gonna set the tank off to the side. We'll vape on it and do the review and whatnot, and we'll go from there. All cons aside on that. So here you've got your seals, your replacement coil. Now when I messed with it, I saw the spare coil with the deck tuple, and it has 6 coils built into it. They're all regular coils, not mesh, nothing special in my opinion. And it does have, this is the one, it was pre-installed, single wrap coil series. It's not bad, but I went right for the deck tuple because I wanted the best of the best while I was at it. Here you got your USB charger and your replacement glass. As you could see, it's a straight tube, not a bubble glass. And you got a nice little tool for customizing your mod, I suppose. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I assume it's for taking apart your mod and repairing it. Alright, so let's get into the way this mod works. So if you know anything about the mag kit, it requires 2 18650s, which are not included. So what did I have to do? I had to go buy some batteries. So the cool thing about that is they don't call it the mag kit for nothing. Look at this. The fire switch is nice and clicky. One thing I don't like is it's facing the inside of your palm. I do suppose that protects the screen and whatnot, but you have to flip it every time just to do it, or use it in your right hand. I'm primarily a lefty, and I really, really, really wish they had made the screen on this side for people who vape this way rather than in their right hand. But beggars can't be choosers. All in all, still a great mod. So let's pop some 18650s in this bad mamma jamma. Alright, plus, minus, yada, yada, yada. Alright, I think that's right. Please don't blow up on me. Ha ha ha. Bingo. I need to turn on. Alright. Give it the old 5 clicker. Yep, I guess that works. Should turn it on. Mag, I like that. So it goes right up to 60 watts, and as it said before, it can do the full 225 watts. Look at that. And of course it goes up in 0.1 increments, so that's really cool. I like that a lot. That's one of my favorite things. I like the finesse adjustment. So give me just a sec. So I'm gonna turn this down to 60, and we're gonna take a vape off of it from my with my Mesh 4 Pro before we get into the second part of this review, because I'm going to use the cloud from this to usher in the other part of this review. Hold up. This thing really is kind of touchy though. You can't click it too fast, and otherwise it doesn't really want to scroll. There we go. 60 watts once again. Alright, so we got the M4 Mesh Pro by Freemax with those triple coils in here. Now I have a mod that is perfectly ready for this. I like this a lot. The center placement feels good in the hand. The weight is perfect. Alright, so 60 watts. We're going to take it up a notch, go between and test everything. Because the Snow Wolf could only do up to 100 watts, and even then you could get maybe 1 or 2 hits before the battery died, and it went down in wattage. So, I'm going to take a sip of my beer, and we're going to vape, test out the wattages, play around with it, see what it actually tastes like, and try the upper ends of this triple mesh coil that goes up to 110 watts. Alright, first vape, 60 watts. Let's try it. Oh wow, right off the bat, that Strawberry Belts that I have in here by Candy King is really kicking off the storm. It is amazing. Now, before I decide to go any further with this and test out the full range of this coil, I am going to actually test out what it came with. I also don't like how this black does not match with the rest of this. Look at that. It really doesn't match with camo. They could have made a matching camo tank with the camo mod. Sorry for the rant. But let's see what this does. This coil apparently does 80 to 110 as well. So let's see. I'm going to try it at exactly 80 watts just because, you know, I'm really going to... See, whenever I switch between mesh and regular coils, I always get a slight disappointment. I used to love regular coils, don't get me wrong. Regular coils are fine for beginner vapors, but once you have mesh, just nothing really compares. Alright, so I got some of my strawberry belts wicking this thing up, just enough to give it a few hits and try it out. Let's see what we got. Smoke. Yeah, my strawberry just doesn't carry the same on this. Alright, just for the shits and giggles of it all, I'm going to go up to the full 110 for this tank. Just once for this, and then we'll try the Mesh Pro, which really, really does a whole lot better. 105, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. I'm going to go down to 109 just because I don't like to be exact when it comes to these kind of coils. Smok coils are really notorious for easily burning out. So I'm going to do one quick hit off this. Last hit I did was 1.9 seconds. We're going to see how quick a vape we can get off this. I'll tell you the seconds after I hit it. One second exactly on that hit. It was a big cloud. Don't get me wrong, very big cloud. Let's go into the specifications for this tank. In here we have the dectuple coil, which is the Smok Prince TFV12 special coil, and of course you have your proprietary 810 drip tip on here. And yes, it is removable. I think I might switch it out for the on my Mesh Pro at some point, just in case, because I do like that resin drip tip. But another thing about Smok, the tanks are always juice guzzlers. You'll go through juice way faster. So another cool thing is you have, as it said in the box, a spring lock piece that with a button. It's right here, little latch right there. Focus is better. And all in all, that tank is just, I hate to say it, a real disappointment. I'm no fan of this tank at all. But in any case, tank aside, we finished that part of the review. Now we get to really experiment with the 80 watts for this M4 Mesh Pro with the triple coils. I'm gonna go right down to 80 watts, and we're gonna go 80, 90, 110. There we go. 80 watts, boys and girls, on this this M4 Mesh Pro with the triple mesh coils. As you saw in the previous video, you see the Mesh Pro. This thing is insane. Oh yeah, instant fire. And flavor for days. I cannot tell you how happy I am every time I hit a mesh coil. It's right on par with an RDA, and speaking of which, let's kick this thing up to the 110 right off the bat, because hell with 90. I'm going to go right up to 110 because I trust mesh, and we'll use it to introduce the next product that we're going to review in this double whammy of a hell of a video. Meet the Drop RDA by TCV, created by DigiFlavor. Now, this RDA is something I have seen a lot around on YouTube. Rip Trippers has reviewed it, and so has Indoor Smokers. So now it's time for your mod father to review. All right. So anyone who knows me from my videos knows I love RDAs. I love building. I love everything about it. So, what better way to get back in the game than get one of the best RDAs on the market? So, in the case, we've got our Drop RDA, an amazing RDA. I'll dote on it more in a minute. We'll get into the contents of the packaging as well. Here we also have a frosted drip tip, really nice. And underneath, inside, now of course I've already built the coils for this Drop RDA, so you know, it's all ready to go. Inside here, I left the excess packaging in my pockets upstairs. I am so sorry. It contains extra seals, extra grub screws, and a screwdriver tool for it that works really well for building your coils and wrapping them as well. So, anywho, I got this at 110. I'm going to take another hit off it. Woo! Hot vape. That was a real hot one. I'm going to turn this back down to 60 before I burn it. I am so scared of burning my mesh. I love my mesh. Much better. Alright. So, I built this coil. I haven't seen the resistance for it yet, but we'll get into that in a second. I got to show you some of the coolest features of this tank. Alright. So, you see your airflow right here, right? Now, the cool thing about this is it is slotted. You have 10 slots on the front, 10 slots on the back. Anything you adjust in the front will obviously adjust in the back, so watch this. When you adjust the airflow, shuts off one, then shuts off the next, and the next, and the next. That is one of the coolest features for airflow I have ever seen. You can literally control your airflow so it goes right underneath the coils, or you can have it all the way open for those air hogs out there. Now, me personally, I like it wide open. A huge fan of it wide open. But enough about that. I'll show you different features, how the airflow affects the vapor in just a second. But let's check a look at the build I've got on here. So on here we have a 0.21 ohm coil. And this is, well, dual coils, obviously. They're 9 wraps each, hand wrapped by yours truly. Look at that. And of course, I've already dripped it up with some belt strawberry. I'm actually going to refresh that real quick. Get it all nice and saturated. Make sure this thing is ready to go. Because you know I don't play that that dry hit shit. Your mod father always prepares his coils. Alright. And of course, the cool thing about this is it has 2 notches, so when you adjust in the airflow, it doesn't just spin the barrel around like crazy. Heck with that. Alright. So we got her sitting here at 60 watts, airflow wide open. You know, let's go. Oh, yeah. That is a refreshing hit off an RDA if I've ever had one. I couldn't be more satisfied, to be honest. I haven't been this satisfied with an RDA in a while. So that was with the airflow wide open. Now, we're going to turn it down a little bit. Just the top piece off. That way, the air goes all the way through and you have those bottom 6 on each side. Alright, now, there's one con. The coils are right below your mouth. They're very close to your mouth, so you have to deal with spit back sometimes. But if you think you're going to get spit back, all you got to do is purge. And you get clouds and flavor for days. Damn, I love this thing. Although I did get a little bit of leakage from doing that purge, so probably not going to do that too often. Now, 60 was a really hot vape for that. I'm actually going to turn it down to 55 real quick. Actually, 50. Just because. And take a small sip of something else that isn't alcohol. Because, you know, as much as I love my beer, gotta balance that out. Got some kombucha. Alright, 50 watts. Come on. There we go. 50 watts. Let's do this. Much better. Much better. I think 50 watts is the sweet spot for this 0.2 coil. Not bad at all. Alright, so I'm actually kind of interested to try this. I have this my Salt Bay Blue Raspberry Lemonade. And I know you're not technically supposed to put Salt Nick on your sub-ohm devices, but I'm actually going to do it just because I really want to try it. So I'm just going to put a tiny drop on each coil just to taste it. Just to taste it. See what it does. All right, I'm going to open the airflow wide open just because I'm, you know, a little nervous about dying. All right, let's give her a try. Wipe off all that liquid from the last purge. In fact, I'm going to unscrew the tank altogether. Now, this has already been a 20-minute video, but this is because it's 2 products instead of just 1. So we're going to try both air drip tips before the end of this. Not bad at all. The Blue Raspberry Lemonade actually comes off pretty nice on this. I'm not going to use it regularly on an RDA like this, but not bad. And you don't really get any leaks from this. It's pretty tasty. I haven't gotten any spit back really since because I purge. But damn, those clouds are perfect. And I can't stress this enough. Perfect. 50 watts is the perfect sweet spot for that. Heck yeah. Alright. So, in conclusion, what do I think about the Smok Mag? I think Smok Mag is one of the best mods I've ever had. It's definitely a solid 10. Because I've had a lot of great mods. The voice control mod was cool, but the voice control eventually stopped working and couldn't register my own voice. So I was kind of getting disappointed by that. And it just became a novelty piece that I got rid of. It didn't stick around. It wasn't a keeper. This feels nice in the hand. It's a grip. It's ergonomic. It feels good when you vape off it. And it works with my favorite tank, too. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. Chucks clouds, tastes amazing, vapes perfect. I could not be more satisfied with a mod. So, all in all, solid 10. And then, of course, with the Drop RDA on there, it makes a nice combo. I don't really like the black with the camo, obviously, but I like the Drop RDA. This is an amazing RDA. Definitely a great piece, great combo for this mod. Definitely a keeper. Now, would I take my dripper with me on to work? I don't think so. I would take my M4 Pro on the mesh. I would take that with me before I took my drop. And just because that strawberry vapor is dense. I love the flavor that comes off it. And honestly, all in all, there's no disappointment in this ever. Every vape I've taken off this so far has been amazing. I built the coils a little bit earlier, and because I didn't want to open the mag just yet until I got to the video, I wanted to use my Snow Wolf to test it out, and that's how I tested out the build for this Drop RDA. And it really is good. I like this the Drop RDA a lot. So, solid 9.5, because the best one I've had is the Profile Mesh RDA, so that one kind of takes the cake, but it's just because it's mesh. Other than that, this is the best wrapped coil RDA I've had. I'm going to try some quad coil builds on it in a later date, see what's going on with it, tinker around with the build deck a bit, maybe get some of the best coils I've ever built in there, and go from there. But yeah, that about wraps it up for this video. It's kind of late in the morning. In fact, let's see what time it is. It is 1:56 a.m. It is definitely time to call it a night. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. It has been an absolute pleasure. If you liked this video, if you liked the products shown today in these videos, the Drop RDA and the Smok Mag kit, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave comments in the crotch box for what I should review in the next video. Be sure to look into these products yourself, because smoking is dead and vaping is definitely the way of the future. Be sure to keep all that in mind. Be sure to share this video with your friends. Get the word out that the Visual Vapor Reviews is the place to be to see all of your favorite different products out there. So, until next time, as always, I'm your host, Michael Cobb, the Mod Father, and these have been the Visual Vapor Reviews. Peace, guys. Freaking love these mesh coils.